Alright, so there's my kegerator, but the problem I had was I've got two kegs inside and I've got a single regulator. Let's see, I'll pull it up out of here and kind of hide it down behind there. So I've got the single regulator coming off of here and one hose going in where I had a splitter set up on the inside with two valves and one going to each keg, but I could not regulate the pressure individually for each keg. So instead of just buying a double regulator, I started thinking about other ways to do it, and I ended up finding these air compressor regulators at Harbor Freight. And I thought, well, I could probably piece something together, split them, and that should work. So I picked up two of these, and I'll put it together and I'll show you how I did that. Alright, so here we go, back at it. This is what I came up with as far as the regulators. I got the two of them, but you can see that I was able to take the mounting position of the gauge itself from straight up, and the gauge was facing upwards, and put the elbow on there to turn it sideways so that when it's mounted inside my kegerator against the wall, I'll be able to look in there, see the gauges, and make my adjustments. And I had to mount it to this little block of wood to make up space to fit against the wall inside there. I'll show you that in a little bit. Alright, so I've got it all mounted up on the inside here. Let's go in and take a look. Show you where I mounted it. Kind of up on the wall there, just like that. Throw a few screws in to hold this block onto this one. And I got the gas line hooked up, so I'm going to put the kegs back in and hook that all up and give it a try and see what happens. Okay, now it's time for the final look. I got the regulators all in there mounted, the lines all hooked up, kegs back in, although this one until this weekend is empty. But anyway, I've got the lines hooked up so you can see. You can see the gauges there. There's no pressure on this one because that's the empty keg, and I've got it shut off right here. But this one is the other one. It's got my chocolate stout in it. Got a few pounds of pressure on there. And it seems to be working just fine. So between the gauges and a couple of miscellaneous hardware pieces, it was about $12. Well, maybe $15. And it seems to work pretty good. I've got this pressure cranked up a bit so I can regulate it inside the kegerator to each keg with the other regulators. Anyway, that's it. Seems to be working pretty good.